Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a empties video, and I don't do these too often because I have so much makeup and I never usually finish anything. Like if I finish anything, it's like a foundation or a concealer, and I finally have built up quite a bit of products to share with you, ranging from skincare all the way to makeup products. So I don't know, I thought that this would be a good video because I can share with you whether or not I like the product, I would repurchase it, and I literally have used every last drop of all these products. So I feel like I'm giving you a very fair opinion because I did use it to its full extent. And yeah, I'll just let you know if it's worth it or not and if I would buy it again. So first I'm going to jump into skincare because that's the one that I have the least amount of products for. And the first of which I'm going to talk about is the Clinique All About Eyes. So this is such a great product. I love it so much. It's an eye moisturizer and it says that it reduces circles and puffiness underneath the eyes. I really haven't noticed that aspect of it because I have dark circles, but I feel like they're just year-round, baby. They're just in it to win it. But my eyes don't get too puffy, so I don't know if that really works. But I love the way that this product makes my eyes feel. So it has such a nice texture to it. It doesn't make my eyes burn or water because I feel like sometimes I've used products in the past and they've irritated my eyes, whereas this just gives me a really nice smooth canvas, and I love it when I apply makeup on after it has dried down. I feel like it makes a really nice canvas for my makeup and it looks so nice when I apply it because it just makes that area just so nice and smooth. So I've been using this over the past several years. I've gone through about 3 or 4 containers of these, and I really do enjoy it, and I strongly recommend it. And any time that I do have a guest who comes in town and stays with me and needs to use an eye moisturizer, I give them this and I'm like, try this, I love this, and everyone has loved it as well. So I definitely think that it's across the board a winner, whether your skin is dry or whether it's like really oily. I just think that it works for just all skin types and I really love it. So definitely would repurchase this and strongly recommend it to you guys if you are in the market for a good moisturizer for your eyes. Now moving on from that, I'm going to share with you another Clinique product. I really do love Clinique. I think they're one of my favorite skincare brands. I love Glam Glow as well, but I did get this Clinique Pep Start. This is a HydroBlur moisturizer, and I got this in one of my Sephora play boxes, and it was a small sample and I loved it, and I just went out and repurchased it full size. And this is such a different moisturizer because I feel like it's a combination of primer mixed with moisturizer. So it's really great for using before you apply your makeup because it moisturizes your skin as well as primes it. I feel like it fills in fine lines and fills in pores, so it's just got a different texture to it because it's kind of like a silicone primer mixed with a moisturizer. So I would use this in place of my primer and just it would glide on my foundation. It looked really nice and I just love this so much. I would definitely repurchase this because it's just such a great product. Now moving on from that, I'm going to share with you the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. This is clearly missing the top, the spraying nozzle, but this product was a on the fence product for me. I don't love it, I don't hate it. It is supposed to be used as a primer, and I never really use it for that full aspect. I use it as a primer, I use it as a setting spray, I also use it to foil my eyeshadows, so it was like an all around. I use it as I would any other setting spray. I don't believe that it did anything special as far as the priming aspect. I think I prefer the primers that you just apply with your hands, like the cream based ones or the silicone based ones. I feel like they are nicer on the skin. I don't feel like this really did too much for me. It didn't wow me when I placed foundation on. I don't think it did anything extra. I feel like it's comparable to any other finishing spray out there. I think that you can find much cheaper finishing sprays. I like the Urban Decay one a lot. That's one of my favorites, as well as the Mario Badescu one. And I think those are significantly cheaper than this one. So this one is something that I would not go out of my way for, and I wouldn't purchase it, and I don't believe that it's the cheapest product out there, so I don't really recommend it because I don't think it's anything wowing. Now moving on from that, I'm going to share with you some makeup products. So the first two I'm going to share with you from my makeup collection that I have finished, which is a miracle, are liquid liners. Now liquid liners are something that I'm very picky with. I love liquid liner, but I'm very particular with which ones I use because I like the precision of a wing. I like the darkness because I like only black liquid liners. So I want it to give me nice precision, I want it to last, and I want it to be very pigmented. So my favorite, if you watch my channel, you know this, is the Lorac Frontline Pro one in the color black. I love this because it just has the bristle tips. It is really nice. It never frays. I hate felt tip liquid liners because I feel like they fray, and I feel like they have so much product in them. And I feel like felt tip liners are very pigmented as well. Like, I love the one from Stila, but I just feel like I waste it. Like, after like a month of using that, I'm ready to throw it away because it just frays out and I don't get a nice, precise line, and it just makes it like really jaggedy because it's frayed. And I don't know, just felt tip liners just don't work for me. But this one has never failed me. It's $22, and I know it's a little bit on the pricier side, but I think it's absolutely worth it because I just think it lasts for quite some time, and I just love the longevity of it as well as the pigmentation and precision. It just gives me the most crisp wing. So love this. The next liquid liner I actually really enjoyed, and this was a pleasant surprise because I did get this in a Sephora Play box as well. It is the Clinique Pretty Easy Liquid Eyelining Pen, also in black. This also has the same type wand. It's got the bristles. Like this a lot. I think that I like the Lorac one a little bit more, as well as the It Cosmetics superhero one, but this one was like a great option to have because I feel like sometimes it's hard for me to find the one for Lorac. So I was like, oh, if I don't have that one, which one am I going to use? And then I found the It Cosmetics one, and then I got this one. So I feel like I have a little bit more options because I feel like most brands have the felt tip liners, and I'm very partial to the bristles. So it's nice to have options, and I did like this if you cannot find any of the other ones that are offered. And I think this was like $20 as well, but I would definitely purchase the Lorac one first before trying that one out. Now moving on from that, I'm going to share with you some foundations. I have 4 foundations that I have finished, and foundations are something that I use on the regular, so these are things I will go through, and I am not like the pickiest person on my foundations, but I do like a nice foundation, and my skin is combination oily, so I don't like a foundation that's going to absolutely dry me out and feel like my face is like just like frozen, but I do like something that kind of has my natural oils peek through, but I don't look like a greasy mess. So I feel like it just can get really tricky with foundations, not that you're just picky, but it just all depends on your skin type and what fits you best. So the first one I'm going to share from you is Tarte. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. I've been using this for years. This is my 3rd bottle. I love this a lot. Like, it's a thicker foundation, it's a little bit heavier, but if you blend this out with a beauty blender, it is really nice. Like, you will take up all that excess product, but it is a little bit thicker, so a little does go a long way. But the coverage on this is really, really good. I love it. I'm in the color Deep right now because right now I'm a little bit more on the tan side. I think they do have a lighter shade, which would probably be a better match for me most times. But I love this. It's really nice. It's long wear. It's oil free. It's waterproof. I never really jump in the pool with makeup, so I can't really go towards that claim of being waterproof, but I do really enjoy this. It's really great if you have problematic skin and you have like acne scarring or any pigmentation in your skin that you want to cover. I feel like you would truly enjoy this. So really love that and would definitely repurchase this and have in the past. The next is from Korres. This is the Quercetin, what? I can't even pronounce it. Quercetin and Oak Anti-Aging Foundation. I got this at Sephora because it was on sale. It was like super cheap, like $10 or $15. And I'm pretty sure they still make this, but I did like this foundation a lot when I used it. I haven't seen Korres around. I think I used to only see it at one Sephora and then they got rid of it. And this foundation I actually really enjoyed because it was a dewy foundation, but it was dewy, but it made you look healthy and not oily. So I liked that a lot. And it made my face feel very moisturized, so I didn't feel very drying. So even though I do have that combination to oily skin, I didn't look disgusting. So I think that's nice. It comes with a nice pump and things like that. So this was a win for me. If you can find it for as cheap as I did, I would definitely recommend it. But if you guys see it, let me know down below where you see it. I mean, I could probably just look online and find it anywhere, to be honest. But I did enjoy this. I just haven't seen it, but I would repurchase it again. because I did enjoy it when I used it. I mean, I obviously used it up and I have a bunch of foundation. So that means I most likely gravitated towards it because I enjoyed it so much. Now, this foundation I'm going to share with you is one that I just did not enjoy at all. I could not wait to finish it. I tried to finish it. I use it all the time just so I can finish it because I was like, oh, this is garbage. And it is from Paula Dorf. I got one for me and my mom. And when I was in college, I used to love Paula Dorf makeup. What college student uses Paula Dorf makeup? Because it's pretty expensive, but I did like their makeup. But I bought another one for me and my mom because we both ran out, and I was always using like the MAC one, and I was like, let me try something different. And I got this in the color Cocoa, and this was the strangest foundation because first of all, it smelled so bad. I felt like it just had a weird chemical smell to it. Like it just felt like what you're putting on your skin was most likely bad for you, and it was clogging your pores. Like anything bad that foundation can do, I felt like this did it because the smell just drove me nuts. And it had like these beads or granules in it, and it was so weird because it wouldn't stick on the skin but it would roll off. But I just like, is this defective? And me and my mom both had it, and we both had the granules in both of our foundations. So I'm like, I don't know about this. Like it was weird. It wasn't cheap, it wasn't great, it smelled bad. Would not purchase this again. I don't know where sells Paula Dorf anymore because I got this online a while ago, but I would not recommend it because it wasn't cheap and it wasn't great. So bad combination. So the next foundations I'm going to share with you are my trieds and trues. I love them so much. They're great products. I know that they're not everybody's cup of tea, but for me they work 110% and they never fail me. And it is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundations in the color NC45 and NC44. So I am a combination of the two. I can either be, if I'm like now where I'm really tan, I don't know if you guys can tell, but your girl got some color this weekend. I was at a festival and whew, got the color. So I'm an NC45 right now, but typically when I'm a little bit more on my fairer side, I'm an NC44. I think these are really great because first of all, I love the way they look. They give you really great coverage and they feel really light on the skin. Like I know people are like, MAC foundations are heavy and they look really cakey. For me personally, I never have a problem, and I've used so many different ways to apply them, whether it's a brush or a sponge. I just feel like it always looks really seamless, and I love those for like weddings and stuff like that because I feel like they always look good, because whenever I put it on for a wedding, I feel like my skin looks so seamless. I know it does have SPF in it, which can be a little bit of a problem when it comes to flashback, but I personally have never had a problem, and I've worn it plenty of times to events and weddings and things where I've taken flash photography, and I've never had a problem. So all in all, that is one of my favorites, top 5. Have purchased that since I was in high school. No, I didn't even wear foundation in high school. I purchased that since I started wearing foundation in college. So I've been using that for over 10 years and it's still one of my favorites, and I've tried pretty much every foundation on the market and that still remains in my top 5. So definitely love that. I think it's very affordable. It's like $20 and it lasts and it gives you really nice coverage. So love that. Now I'm going to share with you a powder, and this one is from Cover FX. This is the blotting powder in the color Deep. Now this powder, I wouldn't rebuy it. Like I used it all and I don't know, like it just did not wow me. So I've used so many different setting powders, and off the bat I can usually tell if I like them because they just make your skin look more seamless. They set the foundation nicely. They don't look cakey. So you tend to gravitate towards different setting powders, and once you find one that you like, you pretty much will stick to it because I feel like it's very hit or miss. Like once you find the one, you find the one. And if you find some extras along the way, like that's great too. But this one didn't move me. So I literally finished it all. So it's all gone. And the color wasn't even a dead on match. It was a little bit darker than I would like for it to have been. For it to be light, medium, and deep, I feel like this was not even a true deep because I'm not that dark in the color spectrum. And it was just a tad bit too dark for me, just like a tad. And I just feel like all it did was mattify my foundation. But when I placed it on, it wasn't like, ooh, my foundation looks so great with this powder on. Oh, it's like my skin's beaming. I look flawless. I look really seamless. Like I did not get that. Like I've used the NARS setting powder, the translucent crystal one. I love that. Bare Minerals has one that when I place on, I'm like, yes. And then there's another one that I use from Too Faced that I got recently, and I really love that one as well. And those like really are like, ooh, when I put it on, I'm like, yeah, girl, like you look so fly. But these, absolutely not. Like, I just think that Cover FX is a little bit more of a pricier product, and I love their translucent powder, but when it came to their blotting powder, I just did not like it at all. Like, I don't think it was that great. I literally just forced myself to finish it and just be over with it because I was a little bit on the disappointed side, because overall I do really enjoy Cover FX. I just feel like this was just the L for them. Can't win them all, you know? Can't win them all. Now for concealers. Now concealers I go through so much, but I am a little bit more particular with my concealers because I feel like they can be very cakey. They can, you know, crease into fine lines. When you set them with powders, they can separate. So I just feel like when you find a good concealer, you like hold on to it for dear life. And concealer is very expensive. Like, some of them range from like $35, $30, and it's something that I go through so quickly that I'm like, ugh, when I finish them, because it's just pricey. You're spending like $30 in the course of like 2 months, 3 months, and you're constantly having to repurchase it because I have dark circles and I need concealer, and I use it to prime my eyelids as well. So I have found some drugstore finds that are really great, and I also have some from the like more high-end spectrum that I enjoy too, but I have found some really great cheaper ones. So the first two I'm going to show you that I absolutely love. I think they're so great. I've raved about them here before, and you've seen them all over YouTube, are the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. I'm in the shade C11 and C10. So I do combine these two because they don't have like the specific match for me. They do have a really great range of shades, I will say that, but for me personally, these are I have to mix these two to get the right complexion. And these are very comparable to the Tarte Shape Tape. So if you're balling out a budget, you want to try the Tarte Shape Tape, but you can't afford it, buy these guys. They're very affordable. They're like $7 to $10. Ulta is constantly having coupons, so you can find these things for significantly cheaper, buy one get one half off, $3.50 off 10, whatever the case is. Like, you can get them for a discount, and they're so nice. So I personally absolutely love them. I think they're so worth it. Like, I feel like they're a steal, and I have gone through 2 so far, and I'm using 2 more currently. So they're just something that I have like incorporated in my collection. I use them on the regular, and it looks nice with everything. Like, I've worn it to weddings, I've worn it to like really nice events, and I never have a problem. They just sit really nicely underneath my eyes, and they blend out very well. But one of my subscribers, Dominique, I shared it with her, and I was like, I love this, you need to go out and get it. And she's like, I hate it. So if you do not like it, I am sorry in advance, but for me personally, I love it long time, and I think it works really, really well. So definitely suggest this, and for the price point, I feel like you really can't beat it. So I personally love it. Now moving on from that, I'm going to share with you the Makeup Forever HD Concealer. This was in the shade Not Worth It. So this comes in a like twist up kind of wand, and it comes with this like plastic really flexible applicator. First of all, I think this was like $35 or so. So expensive and so not worth it. You get the ittiest bit of product. Like, it's the tiniest amount of product, and I feel like I went through this in no time. Like, I felt like I finished this in like 2 seconds. I don't think it was anything spectacular. I just feel like it was just, I was robbed. I was robbed. So they do have one in a squeeze tube, and I really love that one, and you get a good amount of product. The product coverage of those are really great, but this one was just mediocre and so overpriced and so not worth it. So this, do not buy. Like, save yourself a lot of money and do not purchase this because it's so not worth it. And I hate the applicator because I feel like you lose a lot of product in it because it's, I don't know, I just hate it. This was dumb. Like, whoever came up with this concept like needs to reevaluate their life because this is not it. Not it. Now moving on from that, I felt very passionately about that. Sorry guys, but that was really pricey and just, oh, so expensive. So the next one, a drugstore find, also a goodie. If you watch my channel, you know I love this concealer. I used to use this all the time back in the day, and it is from NYX. So I am a combination of CW06 and CW07. I know they did expand their color range, and I think there is one that fits my color complexion better. I just can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but these are really great. They're lightweight, they look good, they blend out nicely. Like, I just think they're bomb, and they're really, really cheap too. So between these and the Makeup Revolution ones, I feel like the drugstore really is offering some really stellar products as far as concealer. And you know, concealers are very particular to the person. You want the coverage, you want it to look nice, you don't want it to settle in those fine lines, so it can be challenging to find one that suits you best. So I really have been really enjoying these ones, and they're drugstore, so I feel like you can't beat them. Now, the last product I'm going to share with you is also a concealer, and this one is from Tarte. It is the Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Concealer. And this line of products was very hit or miss for me. So I bought the two foundations and I bought the concealer. One of the foundations I really like the more thick one in the tub, and the one that's like a little bit more liquidy, meh. And the concealer, meh. So the line was overall kind of like a flop to me. I was really looking forward to it, but not impressed. The packaging is really cute, but I think it's really expensive. Like, Tarte is an expensive brand. I feel like their products are pretty good, but they are a little bit on the pricier side. And this concealer was just very lightweight, which I liked. But with the lightweightness came the lack of coverage. And I don't have like insane dark circles, but I just feel like it just didn't do anything. Like, I just feel like it just was there. Like, you know, it just didn't move me. It wasn't great. The coverage wasn't great. It was expensive. So I just felt like you got a good amount of product, and I liked the application wand because it came with this like doe foot wand, but I just was not a huge fan of the product, and I don't think it's worth it, and I wouldn't personally repurchase it for that reason. So this I would skip out on, but you know, somebody out there might like it, but me personally, no ma'am, not for me. So that is the end of my empties. I hope this was beneficial to you guys. I wanted to share with you products that I really, you know, I have used and give you guys an honest opinion, because it's really hard to find products you like out there, and makeup is expensive. So if you're going to spend your money, you want to know that you've spent it right. So I hope this helped you guys, and if you have any like color complexion like mine, or you have skin similar to mine, I hope this was something that benefited you. So I will see you guys soon. Bye guys.